can't afford axe.
What is it? What do you wear? The hammer
English
thong?
leather.
Is it hammer thong? You're wearing for Max?
No,
hammer thong.
No, it's English leather.
No, it's hammer thong. I'm imagining you wearing an Axe body spray called hammer thong.
It's bod.
Bod spray. You know what's funny? That was the original Axe body spray. Somebody saw that and goes, "Fuck that! I'm gonna make that, but better." If you wear Axe body spray, you are under the age of 30, guaranteed. Or you still live at your parents' house. Yeah. So you're gonna
dude, it's absolutely ridiculous. You cannot make ivermectin at home. Okay, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard.
Well, all you need is some vodka and some hand sanitizer, right? Did you ever use that hand sanitizer that the vodka people made?
No, the tequila one. That was horrible.
Well, same thing. Like somebody I knew said they were like, "Oh yeah, my friend works for the distillery, and we got some hand sanitizer. You want some?" And I was like, "No." And before I even saw it, I was like, I absolutely, without question, know it's going to smell like literally vodka. And then, like, if you use it, everybody's going to think either you're an alcoholic or you're an alcoholic. So, oh yeah, it smells horrible. I won't name names, but this person brought some to a certain establishment and was using it, and literally everybody was like, it smells like vodka. Like all around you. You might as well just be drinking. Mm-hmm. Speaking of drinking.
Speaking of. Hashtag speaking of.
Hashtag speaking of. These things are super sweet. So much sugar. But I was trying to mix it up. Like, there's so much sugar they don't even put it on the can. They're like, lots. You have to look it up online. I was like, damn. Like,
they already know if you're drinking Jack Daniel's Lynchberry lemonade.
Lynchburg lemonade. It's actually pretty good. It's just, it's too sweet for me. I don't like sweet drinks too much. But you could literally feel your teeth decaying while you drink it.
I lied earlier when you asked me how much I had to drink. I had 2 beers, and I had a Collins coconut lemonade something. So it's absolute vodka.
Oh,
absolute vodka, coconut water, and lemon. It's pretty good.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was okay.
How was your week since we last jumped on the stage?
Busy.
Yeah.
I'm a mover and a shaker, brother.
Mover and a shaker.
Yep.
I tried calling you a couple times today.
Dude, I swear to God, my phone did not ring.
You texted me back and said, "I'll call you when I can."
That's the only time you called me. You said a couple times.
I did. I called you earlier this morning. Earlier this morning, but I was on my way to work. It was about 7:05. I was about, dude, whatever.
Did not get it. Get it.
I'll tell you, it might be better that I didn't tell you what I encountered, because it's going to be coming shortly in the week in review. I'm going to let you go first, though. Anything happened to you in the last week? Exciting?
I went camping Friday night.
Yeah.
A little fucking pissed off on the way home. We went up and we took a propane fire pit because we thought there was a fire ban.
Yeah.
And we're coming back down Highway 410. We're passed by a Greenwater fire station.
Okay.
Their sign out front.
Okay.
Burn ban lifted. I'm like, dude. And I don't like camping without a campfire. You know?
So you didn't have firewood. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like a real wood popping, smell the wood burn and kind of fire.
Huh?
We just had the stupid propane ring.
So did you not go get wood at that point?
No, we only went for one night. So this was coming home Saturday morning.
Oh.
We saw that the burn ban was lifted.
So they lifted the burn the next day.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Saturday, I slept off what I did. I regained the sleep that I lost Friday night because I didn't sleep for shit in my van. Sunday, I went and watched the Hawks lose over at my buddy's house.
That was brutal. It was brutal, man.
Yeah. And as you can kind of tell, I am on location in Spokane right now.
All right. How was that? How was your trip over there?
I started my week in Yakima. Hit Tri-Cities this morning and ended up in Spokane for the night. Then I'll be here through tomorrow and hopefully home by 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
Okay. Oh, what happened? There you go. Now you're well, you were sideways there for a second. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, we're having technical difficulty. I don't know what's going on. I hope I've checked my internet. My internet's fine, but
so you thought
I almost got you. So I've been having technical problems. I don't know why, but I had to start my
shocking.
Okay, Mike stand, you don't need to worry about a mic stand this week, so we don't have a 5-minute delay to our podcast, do we? Yeah.
Oh shit! I got you something on my way back in at the gift shop at the hotel when I walked in.
What was that?
Where is it? Right here.
Yep. No, I had to restart my computer. Something was wonky going on.
It's all better now.
Yeah, it's a lot better now. But I went back and watched what we did before, and we couldn't even understand half the stuff at all. Like you were like 4 seconds behind, and I was like, my video would move, but then you couldn't hear some stuff. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So, anyways, hi. I'll probably use some of it if I can, but we'll find out the final cut.
And now, no one will know your home recipe for ivermectin.
Nope. Nobody will know. But maybe they got that part. I don't know. So I was showing you this earlier, but now
all gone.
Now I'm gonna try this monstrosity.
Oh geez.
Actually, I've had this one before. This one was pretty good. Actually, no, the lemonade one is the one I had before. That one just, this sweet lemonade with booze in it.
I wonder if I could have them run me up a couple cans of beer up to my room here. You think they do that?
At the Ritz?
COVID? No. Where am I staying? Courtyard.
If they have it, they probably will.
They have beer downstairs.
I'm sure they would. You're just sucking down that water like you've been smoking weed and drinking all day.
No, dude, I had 3 drinks. I had 2 beers.
I know, but it's hilarious because you're like, you could hear every.
That's so good.
Anyways, so you went camping. They lifted the fire ban the next day. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to save that part, but that pissed you off. So the day after you were back or on your way back camping, you found out they lifted the fire ban.
Yeah, I mean, it was still fun.
No, I know, but a real fire is so much better.
All right.
Speaking of real fire,
then I watched the Seahawks lose. Real fire. Yeah. Speaking of
hashtag
speaking of
real fire. So I over the weekend, I smoked a brisket.
Oh shit! And, I didn't know you had a pipe that big.
Well, you got the 5-gallon. It was like those big metal garbage cans. and some PVC pipe. Or actually, it was a downspout for a gutter.
With some chain link for a screen.
Yeah. No, smoked this 18 pound brisket. Actually,
Damn.
18.7 something, but whatever. And it started it at midnight on Friday. And it was done at about 2 o'clock on Saturday. And then
do you have to wake up? Like, do you just start it at midnight and go to bed, or do you have to wake up periodically?
I started at midnight and I stayed up for the first 3 hours. For you amateurs out there, because I am not, for first 3 hours are critical. And it's not because you couldn't, but I am a kind of a perfectionist, right? Make sure that the grill is the right temperature and staying the right temperature. Because I have this cool grill that I got, which I think I've talked about before, the Master Built Gravity series, which is really cool. It's just like, the pellet grills. They're all the rage, Traeger, everybody does them. But the problem I have always had with that is like, that's not real. It's like, I'm sure it's fine. It's easy. But I mean, I was always having a problem. I'm a charcoal guy. I love the taste of charcoal. And so I was like, I could never get.
That you do.
Huh?
What?
No, shut up. I'm trying to share my wisdom of barbecue with people. Anyways, it's a gravity fed charcoal grill. So it's the same idea, except for instead of little bits of rabbit poop, right? You put a whole bag of charcoal in there and it slowly works its way down. And then how they have it set up with the chamber and the airflow, like you would think you'd light it and it would the whole thing would light on fire, right? But it doesn't. It's really cool. And so like a whole bag of charcoal, like I used less than a bag of charcoal to smoke a brisket for 16 hours.
With charcoal. Do you put any wood in there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's hickory and all there's secrets. But you just mix it in there. And I'm going to try a couple different things, but basically what I did this last time is basically it's like a 4-to-1 ratio charcoal to the wood that you're using to smoke, right? And what that means is you put like a layer of charcoal in, then you put some wood, and then as you put it in, you can literally layer it. So that way it's not like all at once. But I think actually I'm going to do a 50-50 ratio the next time.
Oh shit.
I don't know. It's fun to play with, but the secret to a good brisket is don't over season it in the sense of different things, but you need to put a lot of whatever you are using, use a lot of it, but don't use a lot of things. Like it's salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of granulated garlic.
That's all. Cumin.
That's cumin? It. I've done that before and it's great. And it's a different flavor though. But this is the type of brisket where if you have a good steak, it doesn't need anything, right? A good steak, like what you have on there, salt, pepper, maybe it's roasted in garlic butter, and that's
grill marks, bud.
Well, grill marks in this, you know what I'm saying? But smoking, you don't need to worry about grill marks, bitch.
Salt, pepper, 5 minutes aside. Grill marks, bud.
Yes.
A little bit of S&P.
S&P, the choice for me. That's exactly it. My brisket, S&P, choice for me. But this particular time, I did a 50-50 salt to pepper ratio.
Yeah.
Right. And when I say 50-50, it's not like I made a 50-50 and I kind of like this thing is fucking covered. Every crevice, every angle, the entire thing. Right.
Yeah.
And you put that on a couple hours before you put it on the smoker. Sometimes I let it do it the day before, but in this particular instance, I picked up the brisket on my way home from work, got home, ate dinner, did all stuff. And at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, I got the brisket out, got everything on it. And I just let it, kind of settle on that for a few hours. And then I popped it in the smoker and literally set the smoker to 225 for, 16 hours. The key is though, once it gets to 165, you pull it out, wrap it up. There's different methods that different people use. I've used butcher paper and foil, and I can't really tell too much of a difference. The only thing about butcher paper is a lot messier because it doesn't hold as much of the moisture, but then also gets rid of.
How does the meat get the smoke?
It's in the smoker for 10 hours.
Yeah, but not if it's wrapped.
No. That's after it gets to 165.
Why don't you just buy some liquid smoke and put it in the oven? That'd be way faster.
I'm going to tell you this. If you had tried it,
put it in the microwave.
If you would have had some of this, you would understand. And so because of that, you might never taste my meat. I mean, what?
Huh?
What? Huh? No, it's,
but I already have, Corey.
Hey, brisket. You haven't tasted my brisket. Let me be more specific. Anyways, it turned out fantastic. And
you finished all 18 pounds already?
Oh, hell no. There's like probably 8 pounds still. No, not 8. Maybe 5 or 6 pounds left. I brought quite a bit of it into work today to share the wealth with some people. And there's a quote from a certain individual that said, Corey, your brisket is superb. End quote.
It would have been better if they would have said, Corey, your meat is so juicy in my mouth. Something along those lines, you know?
Well, there's still
Corey,
time for that.
Your meat is awfully salty. When was the last time you showered? You know? That would have been funnier.
You know, I made a brisket and it was good. And I actually invited you to come over on Saturday if you wanted to, and you never even called me.
Dude,
missed out on my meat.
I came down the mountain.
I came
down the mountain Saturday. You know, after drinking beers till like 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
in the wilderness and not getting a very good night's sleep in the back of my van.
It's okay. I get it.
Sorry. I slept really good Saturday.
I bet you did.
I did.
I have not been sleeping well lately.
I've been having some wild dreams, dude. Wild.
Do you want to share?
Okay, maybe not that wild. Maybe not that wild.
Hey,
well, the first one, somebody let the cats out and we couldn't find them, and it was very traumatic. And I woke up fucking in a panic. The second one had something to do with my dog. I don't remember. And then the most recent one, Sunday night, I dreamt I was outside and there was fucking alien spacecraft. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And my brother-in-law was over and I was like, you need to come out here and look at this, you know? So my brother-in-law comes outside and we're looking at it and he's like, I'm going to go look at this. And he turns a corner and he's gone. And I'm like yelling for him. In the meantime, fucking sky's just fucking filling. I'm like freaking out. So I go back in the house. My wife is crying.
This is a dream, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure. I'm like, hold on.
Well, and then it turns into that movie by fucking like the one with Mel Gibson where the aliens like coming up to the window and shit. A really freaky looking at that M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, Signs?
It's like, was that it? It's
yeah.
like Mel Gibson, his brother, and his son or something. They're in that farmhouse.
They put the foil hats on.
Yeah, dude. I was freaking out. I couldn't get to my guns. And then I woke up. And I woke up in just a panic. It was so surreal, dude. Seriously. I don't know why.
You know what? When you have dreams are two different ways. Either you're like, that makes no sense. Or you're like, I'm glad I woke up. Or you're like, fuck, why did I wake up? There's the three ways. There's the three dreams.
And most of the time, like, I tell myself, I ought to write this down because I'm going to forget it.
Oh, yeah.
And then 10 minutes goes by and I'm like, what was that dream about? But the last couple have been very vivid and very, like, stuck in my brain. Like, what the fuck does that mean, you know? What the hell's going on?
You know the people
Am
that
I-
say, you know the people that are like the dream analysts. This is what it means you're feeling, all that. You know what my opinion about that? Bullshit. They're just making stuff up. Like, oh, you know, when you dream about selling, that actually means that you're afraid that your grandmother is going to punch you in the face with a curling iron. And then maybe you'll just, you know, shit all
It's
over.
funny you say that. There's a website called
Speaking of,
Speaking of, hashtag speaking of.
hashtag speaking of.
God damn it, what was it? It's called dreammoods.com, and it has a dream dictionary in there. I forgot all about this until just right now when you started talking about that. So we'll go to aliens. Here.
If it says anything about liking dudes, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Airplane, airport, air alarm clock, albatross, alcohol, aliens. To dream that you are an alien. Well, no, I wasn't an alien.
Nope.
To dream you're being invaded or abducted by aliens indicates your fear of changing surroundings or your fear of losing your home and family. You feel that your space or privacy is being invaded. Ooh. To see aliens in your dreams signify that you're having difficulties adapting and adjusting to your new surroundings. You feel alienated and disconnected. You may also be having difficulties with how to handle or deal with a certain situation or person. Dude, that's fucking wild. On a psychological level, seeing aliens represent an encounter with an unfamiliar or neglected aspect of your own self. Without going into too much detail, dude, seriously, there is a fucking certain situation that I'm having a tough time dealing with right now.
Well, you know what you need to do?
That's wild.
You need to write down.
Dreammoves.com. See, so everything you said, take it back, Corey. It's fucking real. Okay, they know
Only because it works out for your instances. You know what I had a dream of last night? I don't even remember, but
I bet you it was about a late shipment or missing something on a job site or something stupid.
oh, probably. And you know what we should do? One of the next over this next week, if you have a dream, and I'll do the same thing. If either of us have a very vivid dream, no matter what it is, let's promise to try to write it down, and we'll talk about it and see what kind of crazy, weird
notepad on the notepad on the freaking
on the nightstand, and then we'll bring our notes, and then you can look it up on whatever you did right now, and we'll analyze.
That's a good segment. Good name for a segment.
Dreams.
Notepad on the nightstand.
Speaking of dreams, with Corey and Jason.
Notepad on the nightstand.
Notepad on the nightstand. Well, I really want to tell you about what happened to me on my way to work this morning.
Oh shit! Does that have anything to do with a bus in downtown Seattle?
Negative.
No.
Mm-mm. So this
Does that
morning,
have anything to do with your fucked up Bluetooth in your car?
Nope.
No.
So I was driving to work, and I'm running a little later than I wanted to, but it's not really that big a deal. I work so much.
Do what you want to do. Yeah.
Well, like my daughter, the last 2 mornings has been so adorable, and so I've taken some time in the morning to spend time with her. And anyway, so I'm driving to work, and I'm at this intersection. I'm about probably 10 minutes, less than that from work, right? So I've been driving for a little bit. I stop at this light. I'm listening to the radio, right? Now all of a sudden, I hear somebody like screaming at somebody, and I'm thinking, oh, fucking whatever. Because it's like 7:00 in the morning, right? It's early enough to where you're not going to see some kind of fucking panhandler cussing at every single thing that goes by him, are you? That's what it was. This motherfucker is sitting on he's sitting on the curb, not even like on the sidewalk. He's in the road. I mean, technically, like he's on the sidewalk, but like his feet are dangling out, and he's sitting on a corner where people are taking.
You ran over his feet.
No.
Oh.
So he's over here, right? and I'm in the turn lane to go left. So if you know where 176th and Pacific meets, right? You familiar with that area at all?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So people out there will know 176th and Pacific.
I'm too bougie for Pacific.
Anyways, so I'm sitting there and I realized that then this dude's like gross beard, and he is excuse me, he is swearing, cussing at everything. And there's happens to be these what are those CDL commercial driver test trucks? You know what I mean? They're like just as drivers, blah, 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 in training, like they have the big trailers and it's somebody getting trained.
Yeah.
A couple of these are coming through the intersection, coming the opposite way the way that I'm going to be going. So coming through, and as they're making these turns and trying to navigate, like I'm there maybe 2 minutes, and he is, you fucking cocksucker piece of shit. The fuck, like, dude, he is saying almost outrageous, and he is fucking pissed. He is so mad. And this car comes up and is turning, and as it goes by, it's like he kicks at it, like he's out of his mind, obviously. Yeah. He's got a sign in his hand that says, "God bless you. We'll just looking for a little help."
Well, that's why he's pissed.
They didn't give him
a little fucking help.
Dude, he is out of his goddamn mind, screaming. If I would have known when the minute I pulled up to that light that this dude was going to be doing this, I would have obviously recorded him or something, because it was so loud. Like I had my window on this side cracked a little bit, none on this side, and I could hear him. And I'm 2 lanes of traffic away from him. Like there's 2 lanes, the turn lane for me, there's another turn lane on my side. So he's literally 2 lanes away from me. And I can hear him like he's talking to me. And I was just like, this guy is the best. Was that his sign said, God bless, anything can help, just looking for, and it had something else on the bottom. It was probably like, have 9 kids and I just lost my job, US vet or whatever. This dude looked like he would beat him with a stick and just like just drugs and booze. And then I drove away giggling because I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I got to tell Jason about this. That's when I first called you. No answer. So I don't know how high up on my list of friends I am when you're out of town partying it up like a rock star.
No ringy dingy, dude. My phone did not ring at 7 this morning. You called me once, and it was this afternoon, like around 4 or 5, somewhere around there.
That's fine.
And I was having dinner.
You were having dinner from 5 to 8?
Well, no, I had dinner, and then we came back and had a drink in the lobby. And then I got to my room, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to go sit in the hot tub, because I never do that. So I went and sat in the hot tub, and I did 10 laps in the pool, which fucking absolutely kicked my ass. I don't even remember the last time I went swimming was. Then I jumped back in the hot tub, and I came back to the room, and I was laying down thinking to myself, I just got to wait till 8:30 for the podcast to start.
And then I'm like texting you
like, hey, you going to jump on? I'm like, yeah, at 8:30.
Since when?
Dude, I thought it was 8:30. You sure?
It's never been 8:30.
You sure?
100%, because we've told people. I don't know why this is not even an argument.
Oh shit! You know who else called me today?
Who? Big Harry?
And I didn't answer. Yeah. Wow. 2 times at 10 to 4. So I didn't answer his call either.
Well, now I feel better.
Fuck that guy.
You know what? I've been trying to call him. I'll just send him text messages every once in a while. Like I used to have this friend. His name was Big Harry. And
maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's pissed off about something that you did recently.
No, I know that's not true. I know it's not true. And if it is, he should grow a pair.
How do you know?
Call me to tell me. You ballless
He's
bitch.
probably not watching.
Ballless
He's probably
bitch.
not
No, I
watching
know.
this
That's why
anyways.
I'm going to talk shit. So that way he calls me. He's like, oh, I heard what you said about me. Because only Big Harry knows who Big Harry is. So, look, I'm not going to be hesitant about calling people names that don't listen to the show. And if you are, and you're not responding, then you prove my point, bitch. Anyways, so speaking of friends,
speaking of,
I'd like to thank all the subscribers out there. I think we're up to 32 now.
What?
I think so. But I also want to thank I don't know if we talked about it last week. We did a Facebook advertisement that we got sponsored to do, and I would like to report that it failed miserably. Not one person commented or said anything about it, us crapping on their timeline like they did the last time. I think we were a little too aggressive with our advertisement of talking about how we got paid to do this, and so this is us pooping on your timeline again. And
that's weird.
Yeah, but we got a lot of what's the word? People that saw it, no interactions whatsoever.
Yeah, dude,
So,
we're dying on the views
fine.
here too.
I give zero shits.
I'm still having fun.
You know why? Because the people that are listening, I know are entertained, because every single person that's listened to it has told me,
are you not entertained?
Because it's all it is. And the reality is we're doing this because we enjoy doing it and never really feels like work. I think the most stress we ever get is when my laptop isn't fucking working right, and I'm like, God damn it, because I just want to get started. But other than that, we're just talking about crazy stuff. And there's a couple other things that I wanted to talk about and see if I can get my my shits figured out here. Whoa. Try to get my interwebs. I got to get the thing up here because I got a couple of
you want to talk about mandatory vaccines?
Negative, sir. We're not talking about politics driven conversations on this podcast. I have a lot of things I could say, but we agreed early on that we were not going to talk about it. There might come a point where we might say, hold the fuck on.
Yeah.
This is getting a little nutso, but we're not. So we talked about the swearing.
Swearing who?
The swearing. So we talked about the swearing haggler. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The other thing I have some notes on that I want to talk about is spam calls are out of fucking control.
Dude, right?
No,
what about the text messages?
Dude, I got 4 today text messages. I've received, I would say in the last week, I've probably received anywhere to 20 to 25 calls. And I wanted to see if I saved that. I think I deleted it because I was so pissed off.
Do you respond to them?
It's like, hey,
I
this
respond to the text messages.
Well, mine are like the phone call. Yes, I know what you're saying.
There's a link that they want you to click on, but I don't.
Right. So the phone calls I've been getting lately are the ones that they leave you a message and they're almost like planning on it being a message, right? And it starts off like, oh, hey, this is Elise again. Just wanted to let you know you've been approved for up to $500,000 credit line. You don't even need the proof of a job. Like, you just, this is free money. I mean, it's because of it's just like, first of all, they wouldn't be doing it if there wasn't people out there stupid enough to fall for it. And to those people, I would say,
fucking dumb.
I mean, I'm sorry, man. There's some of these that are really clever and they get old people. Like, I get that. But if you're in the 30s and you fall for something like this and you wire somebody money to get millions and millions of dollars and you deserve it. but they're always on the news and they're like, oh, woe is me. Let's start a GoFundMe for this person because they just gave them their life savings of $22,000 away. And then,
I get the text messages like crazy, but I thought I was the only one because nobody else in my house gets it.
Dude,
Click this link for your unclaimed fucking.
Dude, well, it's not just that. I don't get too many crazy ones like that, but most of them are like, hey, like I had to get one that's like a pharmacy from India. They want to know if I like need anything, and then I just literally tell them no, and they're like, well, you take aspirin or Tylenol? I was like, I can go to the store and buy that here, unlike your country where you probably need to sell your children for it. I'll just start talking nonsense to them. This one guy started cussing me out one time. He's like, oh yeah, you American bitch, you want to know why we bomb you? And I said, wow,
what the fuck are you kidding
now
me?
You're just like, that's your thing. He's like, yeah, man, we'll do whatever, we own you. And I just
get the fuck out of here.
I said, come to my house, I dare you. Oh, you don't know where I live because you just called a random number. You don't even know my fucking name. He's like, yes, I do. It's Beach. And I was like, oh, this is so rude. I was like, hey, you got any more insults? Got any more insults? I bet you can't come up with anything that's not plastered on Twitter. Can you make up a new insult? And he just starts like, this happened a while ago. They just start swearing, blah, 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 or they'll hang up. But it's just like, I like off. I don't give a shit.
I like one of the laughs I got. So my phone rings. I don't recognize the number, so I answer it. I usually don't, but I've been getting in the mood lately. I answer it, and then the phone starts ringing like I dialed somebody. I'm like, what the fuck? And then somebody answers the phone. And it's like, oh, this is so-and-so from the IRS. I'm like, no, you're not, dude.
Dude, I love those ones. I have.
What's your name? What's your name? You called me. Like,
if you're calling from the IRS and you don't know who you're talking to, here's your sign. No, the best is when
just give me your name and I'll look it up real quick. And I got first name, please, Don. What's your last name? Kedick. Don Kedick. Then he hangs up.
No, my wife. This was probably 2 weeks ago. My wife's phone rang and it was late. Like after dinner, it was like on I don't know, Tuesday or Thursday or something. It was like, 7 o'clock, and her phone rings and it says potential spammer. And I was like, oh, potential spammer, huh? She goes, don't answer it. I was like, and I was like, hello.
Is that?
And they were like,
is that what she named her boyfriend in her phone? Potential spammer.
She doesn't need
a good idea.
You know me. You seen this? Come on, buddy.
Here we go.
Overplacing this, son.
Speaking of.
Speaking of. Your comment on her post today had me. I think I wet a little bit in my pants laughing. I needed that more than at that moment. Even though I had just saw the post myself, and I was like, oh, that was very sweet. My wife made a very loving post about me. How much she appreciates me. And then your comment, man, just I shared it with a few people instantly. I was like, you gotta see what Jason said. It was pretty good, man. That's
got him.
It was good. Anyways, I don't remember what I was talking about. So my wife's phone call. It rings and I answer. I'm like, hello. And they're like, is this like, they're caught off guard because I thought they were calling women. It wasn't like a complete spammer, but it's one of those, have you thought about ever selling your house? Or are you interested in selling your house? And I was like, negative.
Hi, is this Mrs. So-and-so? No, it's not.
I said, no. So they asked me, hey, you thought about selling your house? I said, negative. Long pause. Well, have you ever thought about ever selling your house? Negatory. This is what I said. Long pause. And they're like, well, would you ever think about maybe selling your house in the future? And I said, If I was ever going to sell my house, the last person I would use is somebody cold calling me to ask me if I want to sell my house. Long pause.
Negatory.
Click. Then they hung up. Like, seriously, if somebody calls you and says, hey, have you ever been thinking about, and you're like, hey, this is a good idea. I should use these guys. They're go-getters.
The stars have aligned.
You know what? I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, hey, they're going to give me the best money. We promise. Fuck off. The amount of people that are just looking for, like, everything's about money. I don't know if I've said this before on the podcast. Can you tell me one thing in this world, and don't say love, right? Tell me one thing in this world that is not money related.
Family.
No, but that's love. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about everything else
you don't always
do in life. Like, if I could live with my family and provide with them and not need money to do so, I probably would do that.
Run for president of the United States.
Well, yeah, but you need money to do that. Like, what I'm getting at is, like, I've never really talked about or figured out anything that's not money related. Like, if you want a car, you got to buy it. I'm not talking about endless money. I'm talking about money in general. We only work so we can have food, so we can have houses, right? Everybody likes nice things. Even the people that pretend like they don't, they're just lying.
You'd think some
money
people
doesn't buy you
would
happiness.
understand.
No,
that.
but it buys you a fucking boat, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, if you like boats, that's what you want.
Or it pays your electric bill or your cell phone bill.
It does. But anybody that says love doesn't buy you happiness already has money, and they never appreciated happiness in the first place.
Or they just take advantage of you.
No, but you can see that there's I don't say like movie stars or rock stars, but you can tell the difference between the ones that are doing it because they want the fame and the money, and the others are like, I enjoy doing this and I'm going to get the fame and the money in the process, and they don't really want to be in the limelight except for when they have to be. I'm not going to use any specifics because I can't think of them, but like, there's certain people that you would think that aren't in it for that. They just truly enjoy their craft and what they do. Like Denzel Washington I've always seen him as like, he just loves is an actor, and he's but he's not all about like the limelight, except for when he's promoting his movie. He understands if he does that right, he's going to make a ton of money.
And he plays the same character in every fucking movie.
I wouldn't say every movie.
He plays the same character in every movie.
No. That was Chris Farley. You're mixing up Chris Farley and Denzel Washington.
I'm mixing up the fucking big fat white dude with the skinny black guy. Yep, that's what I'm doing.
You're mixing up Denzel Washington with Samuel L. Jackson.
No. Yeah. Same thing.
No.
It says motherfucker in every fucking movie.
Right.
Except for Star Wars.
Denzel Washington does not play this. I mean, I get what you're saying. I do. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's that. I wouldn't use Denzel Washington as that. The catalyst for that. But anyways.
Dude, 10 hours of donkey sounds.
How many hours of that have you listened to? Be honest. More than 10 minutes?
No, 21 seconds.
Oh, this is the first time you've ever clicked on that. It sounds like you had that saved on your phone, bitch.
I wonder who's actually made it through the whole 10 hours.
Nobody.
There's somebody out there that.
Why don't you put a comment on that video and says, hey, is there anybody out there that's gone through the whole thing? You know, there's a way of finding out. Ask question, bitch.
Dude, one of the first comments, this is my favorite Nicki Minaj album.
That's funny. It's actually pretty funny. You know, there's a thing about comments on social media. There's some that are just so fantastically clever. But but the thing is there's always, everybody's trying to have that clever comment.
Which we couldn't garner.
No, nobody wants to, not even one. Kanko was the closest we ever really got. And then he might have died.
We doubled down via a sponsor, and we couldn't even get one. I was actually impressed that we got a thumbs up by somebody. on that Facebook ad.
I know.
I was impressed.
The first one we got like 30. Or actually, like
I wonder
60.
if that person must have been the 32nd fucking subscriber. Good on you. Proud of you. Welcome.
Hey,
welcome home.
Welcome to the fam.
Welcome home.
Changing subjects. This is something that was discussed. Hashtag changing subjects. This is something that came up a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago with somebody else I was talking about. What was the very first credit card you ever had? Do you remember?
It was Capital One.
Was it? Wasn't like a store card?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like everybody's first credit card's like a store that they happen to be in, and as soon as they realize they're old enough to have a credit card, people go, "Hey, you want to sign up? You could save 5% on your."
Oh,
you want to know what mine was?
Shit, I can't. What?
Mine was Target, and I maxed out that $500 credit card limit. I think in like a week, and it was like, I bought Pringles and fucking Hot Pockets and goddamn probably a T-shirt and like things like when you don't realize it. And I was thinking back, I was like, dude, I maxed that thing out because it was like nothing cost anything. It was all free because I wasn't actually spending money. And then, 30 days later, I was like, how am I going to pay this off? Because I made fucking $5.50 an hour or whatever the shit it was at that time, probably less than that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a buddy of mine. He's like, dude, that's like $100 that you have to work to pay that off. And I was like, holy fuck, I didn't even realize at the time. We were having a good laugh about it on Saturday night. We were laughing so hard.
Dude, I want to say mine was like Mervin's. Did they have Mervin's up here?
Yeah, no, there was somebody was telling me it was like Mervin's and something else cards, and I didn't have one of those, but yeah.
Miller's Outpost, did they have that up here?
Oh my god. I don't know if they had credit cards, but
yeah, mine was either Mervin's or Don Roberto's Jewelers, where I bought our our wedding rings for my ex-wife.
Yeah,
at this fucking strip mall Mexican jewelry place.
Dude, how long did it take you to figure out how credit cards worked? Did you know right off the bat? I mean, to me, I was like, I got $500 to spend. I have to spend it all. That's like how I thought of it. The thing is, I did it so wrong that it taught me, like, I don't have any debt right now. Zero. I haven't had debt in probably 10 years. The only debt I have is my house, technically, and one of my vehicles.
That's debt.
Yeah, but it's not that much.
You can't say I don't have any debt. You got
no, debt. I don't have any credit card debt.
Okay.
Most
you didn't say that. Card debt. You said I don't have any debt.
Well, I mean, I don't consider my car
except for my house and my car.
Well,
I love you, Corey.
Houses are a appreciating asset, so it's an investment.
No, not always.
Okay. So considering my house is worth 33% more than when I bought it, would you say about that?
Okay. Russell Wilson or Dave Craig.
Oh my God, that was the greatest. That's a transition. What's the worst accident you've ever been into?
Actually,
and it doesn't have to be like a car accident. It could be like, oh, I tripped and fell, or I busted my shit, or wrecked the bike. I did this, I did that.
Like most inflicted pain?
Pain or worst injury.
Worst injury. Well, I've only broken my wrist. I broke my wrist when I was a kid. Yeah. But then I wrecked my motorcycle a couple of years ago. Fucked my shoulder up. I don't know if I broke anything. I had an X-ray.
My shoulder up. Fuck my shoulder up. That's a song.
I had an X-ray. I went to a chiropractor, but I don't think anything was broken. But for several months, dude, I'm right-handed, so I wiped my ass with my right hand.
Oh yeah.
It sucked, dude. Like
something was going on.
I couldn't sleep. I was sleeping in my office chair because that was the most comfortable position. with a fucking heating pad and fucking massager and fuck, you name it.
Well,
That's the worst for me though.
yeah. So for me, the worst, I can't think of like this or the worst pain or the worst, but like the one that I remember the most is you mentioned a few times the scar on my chin.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So that's
I did that, didn't I?
No.
Shut the fuck up, Corey. Uppercut.
Talk shit.
Hard you can.
No. Oh, actually, you know what? You just reminded me of a second one, which is also, if you can see it.
That's an Adam's apple.
Mm-mm.
Oh, there's another one?
There's a straight line cut mark right here too. So I'll talk about this one first, and then I'll tell you about this one. I totally forgot about this one, so you just literally was like, or a straight on uppercut. Neither of which were fight related, even though I throw fisticuffs every time.
It was the first time you shaved.
No,
that's what happened.
So this was riding a bike with my older brother. It was the first time I was ever on a bike where I had the front brakes and the back brakes. I always had a bike that had the pedal. You pushed it backwards and it stopped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went on this bike. I ran on this brand. I don't even think it was brand new. It was like, I don't even know. I don't even remember where it came from. But I'm riding down what we call the public fishing road. Right? Because that's what it was called. Public fishing road. Because it went down to the lake that we lived by. And so
Gig Harbor, right?
Gig Harbor, dog. Crescent Lake. Represent. Represent. Crescent Lake. Anyways, was going down that hill pretty fast, and my brother was in front of me, and he for some reason came to a stop or came slowing down, and I wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden he's there, so I'm like, oh, I gotta stop. So what I did is I grabbed both brakes and went, right? If anybody knows anybody about a bike, it's got front and back brakes. If you hit both of them at the same time, the front brakes are never as worn and they will grab first. So guess what I did? Ass over tea kettle.
Yep.
Fucking, and my chin just like I fell off and was like,
dude,
right?
When people let me interrupt you for a second. When people tell you injury stories like that, do you get tingling sensations down your legs?
I was gonna say in my nether regions, no, I do not. But
no,
I don't.
Dude, if I know there's gonna be a story of pain coming, I literally, when you were saying that, I was getting tingling sensations from my knees down to my feet, just like, oh God.
Oh, well,
I can't imagine you just coming down, just fucking, fucking.
Dude. So, this is the scar, right? But you know the best part? I was 8 years old. So this was 1989. Anybody doing the math? Right? I was
gonna say it was like 19 weeks ago. Youngster.
So the next day, this was like this was a Friday.
Yeah.
Next day was a Saturday, and there was a wedding, and I was the ring bearer in it.
And you had a diaper on your
back in the late 80s. All the weddings were like fancy smancy. There was no fucking outdoor venues, and everybody got married in a friggin' church or in a courthouse or in a hall that was basic, whatever. At least I don't know. So I'm like, gotta wear a tux with like the what do you call the tails on it? Yeah,
coattails,
like old school cummerbund. There's pictures of me in that wedding, and I've got so many band-aids on my chin, but they're all like the old school regular band-aids. So actually, because the cameras weren't super high def, you could barely tell when you're looking at the picture, because back then all the pictures were there, none of these fancy shits that we do now. The angles and stuff. It was like everybody on stage.
It had that flash where the guy hit the button and it exploded.
Not that old.
The smoke.
That was back when you were a kid. But anyways, so I had a wedding the next day, and so when I went home, my brother took me home, and I like holding my chin, and my parents freaked out. I'm like, what the heck? So that's how I got that. Again, it's just bandages. Never went to the doctor. But down here, this one's more interesting. I want to see.
I can't see it. No.
Can you see it there?
No.
Okay, so back in 8 years ago, 7 years ago, somewhere in that ballpark,
Right after you wrecked the bike.
Nope. I was doing a wedding, DJing a wedding for a friend's best friend, and it was out in the Key Peninsula, right? And long story short, we're all kind of hanging out. It was kind of a smaller wedding, so there wasn't that many people. So we kind of got to know each other really quickly. And since my friend, me and her were really good friends, that I kind of hit it off with a couple, and they were like, "This is gonna be great." And so it was kind of a laid back. We had a lot of fun, played some goofy music, and it was pretty chill. And it was kind of way out in the middle of nowhere. During the dance time comes and everything's going great, and I went out there and I'm kind of dancing with them. We're having a good time, and then all of a sudden, I don't remember what I did, but I had a tie on or whatever, and I like saw something or whatever, and I was like felt wet, like I was sweating a lot. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And so I went like this, and look, and there's blood on my hand.
The fuck?
I'm like, how in the world? What happened to you? I just lost you there. Sorry.
My power is dying. Hang on. Keep going.
So I'm like, how in the world am I bleeding? Like, I'm trying to rack my brain.
What was that movie? The beginning, it's on they're on a cruise ship.
That's a nice shirt you have there.
You like my shirt?
Yeah.
Nice. What was that movie? They're on a boat and they're like all dancing, and then somebody like cuts the wire and it fucking just comes across the fucking dance floor and it just cuts people like right in half.
No idea. Final Destination?
Ghost Ship or something?
I have no idea.
Was it something like that? Did somebody fucking stab him? You know?
So we never really found out. But this is the only like literally it was like for like a half an hour. Like I'm bleeding everywhere. I go into the bathroom, and I see it. I'm cut open, like a clean, perfect, straight cut. I'm like, what in the world? Like nobody, like we're like, what is going on? At this point, like music stopped.
Yeah,
like, not really. It's actually still playing because I'm just like in there. Like the bride's back there helping me. The groom is like
freeze frame. You're probably wondering how I got here.
No. So we're trying to figure it out, and then we kind of started putting the pieces together. And the bride is there. She's got this big ring on, right? It's really pointy and really sharp. And we were both dancing and doing some stuff, right? And just being silly. And the only thing we could think of is that she went by and just didn't touch me and just barely touched here, and literally like there's no other explanation, dude. Like think about it. It's either that or somebody's like fingernail, but like
how big of a rock was it? Jesus, dude.
No, it wasn't necessarily like huge, but it was like a really fancy cut. Like it had a point on the top, or not the top, but it had it was like a princess cut where it had like the 4 things, but they were really prominent. I don't know how to explain it, but we're looking at them like, dude, that had to have been it. Because if it wasn't, like,
and then you were like, "Give me that ring," and you went through in the toilet.
I was bleeding. I was bleeding for like 3 days. I didn't go to the hospital.
You did?
I did not, because my parents didn't train me to do so. I didn't even think about it. I just put some bandages on it and some of those.
Super glue, bro.
I think I actually did do that.
Huh.
Anyways, I actually have a picture of me from the wedding because they had the little photo booth set up. It was me and my friend, and blood all over my tie, and I had a little napkin. I'm like, hey. I was like, Jesus. Anyways, it was a fun night. But yeah, those are the 2 chinny chin stories.
I don't think I have any chin ones.
No.
Oh, chin one I had when my second daughter was born. I broke a tooth and I got abscess right before my wife fucking was about to give birth, and my face swelled out here, dude. So she goes into labor, and my buddy's mom was a nurse at the time, put us both in the same room. So my wife is in one bed, I'm in the next bed over. Fucking face swell out to here. She has the baby. They fucking rushed me to a different hospital. They fucking cut me open to drain all the fucking pus. And like the doctor was pissed off. He's like, do you understand like how close that poison is to your brain? You could be dead right now. I was like, fuck, I don't know. Like my kid's about to be born. I survived.
You're talking about like teeth. Do people talk about like that? Oh, that.
Did you get tingly?
No, but it's just I don't know. I had a bad experience with like a cracked tooth. Or I went in, I was like, I cracked a tooth, and they're like, "Oh, you'll be fine. We'll get a specialist. We'll have to take a look at it in like a couple weeks because they're not here for until what and whatever the fuck." I was like, whatever. And so I was like, okay. So I went home, and it was like less than 2 days later, and I called them back. I said, no, something's wrong. And they were like, well, the specialist doctor is only in the Kent location today. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? The Kent location's it's probably less than 5 minutes from my work. That would have been better when I called before and said, what's the best? So I went there, and they were like, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, your tooth is cracked, and it's cracked all the way down, and we need to do an emergency extraction on it. I was like, what? So yeah, the reason it's hurting is because it's infected. I was like, so when I was here 2 days ago, why the shit did you not catch that then? Or prevent this from getting this bad? Dude, I sat in that fucking doctor's office, the dentist chair, for 4 hours when they trying to get my tooth out. It was so painful.
Wow.
Dude.
Wow. I've had teeth pulled and I've been in and out, dude. Like I've been super impressed with.
Dude. And so when you were describing that, it made
your
me go
doctor's
back to
name.
that. Huh?
Your doctor's name must have been Joe Biden because he's bad at extractions.
Fuck Joe Biden.
Hey!
Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. You know, it's funny. I saw this meme. There's like, it's like the picture of Joe Biden sitting next to Obama. It's like, hey, everybody, look, everybody wants to have sex with me. And Obama's like, fuck. And when people chant fuck Joe Biden, that's not what they mean. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Anyways, yeah, so it took 4 hours for him to get it out. It was so bad. I had literally at one point had to grab the dentist lady specialist. I grabbed her on the arm and I said, looked at her dead. I mean, I'm in serious pain. It's probably
dental damage. You're like,
dude, it's like I looked at her, I grabbed her arm and I said, how much time unstopped would you need to go in, grab this, no matter how much pain I'm in, to get this thing and just get it out? Because you keep fucking and okay, and then because I'm in so much pain, and I'm like, just fucking do it. And this is the specialist. This is what she does. And blah 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 blah. Anyways, I said, would you need 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds? I don't give a shit. We're doing it. Like, dude, I'm soaked in sweat because I'm in so much pain. And dude, I'm not. When I say I've been sitting in this chair for 4 hours, I'm not exaggerating. It was like 10 minutes on, and they're like, more Novocaine, more Novocaine. I'm like, you have given me more Novocaine. This side of my face is going to be numb until Tuesday of next week. That's how many, dude, I'm telling you, man, it was brutal. And so she looks at me, she's like, probably 10 seconds. And I said, okay, let's fucking do it. And I looked at her square in the eyes. I said, if you don't get this thing out in 10 seconds, like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to lose my shit. Like, dude, I'm a pretty understanding when it comes to people that I don't fucking know what they're doing. Like, they obviously know better than I. But I was like, this bitch is like, after 3 hours, dude. Because at that point, it's legitimately like 3 hours I've been sitting there. And
hey, I know how it went down. They're like, so what patient is this? Oh, this is the guy that kept calling. Okay. All right. Yeah. How many times did he call? Okay, I'll take my time.
No, because I got there. They closed at 5. We were there till 7. I got there at 3.
Oh, shit.
Like, I called them and said, something's wrong. And they said, okay, well, can you make it to the Kent office? I'm like, yeah, I can make it to the Kent office. I'm 5 minutes down the road. When I called the first time, you made me drive all the way to Puyallup, you stupid sons of bitches. Anyway. Yeah, dude, and they finally got it out. And you would think that a pain like that would, like, you pull that tooth out and then the relief, like it would be like scratching, like, oh, and then like the pain would go away. It was the same. And it was the same for 3 days.
Jesus, dude.
And just slowly.
What'd you get? Fucking dry socket?
No, they sewed it up. It just hurt so bad. It was.
Mariners losing.
Nope, winning. Good. This is nuts, man.
What's
I don't know
nuts?
if you know what's going on. If you've been following baseball,
Fill me in.
dude. The Blue Jays lost tonight. The Boston Red Sox lost tonight, which means that the Mariners win tonight. Either they're I don't remember if they're a half game back or a half game up in the second wild card.
What?
Yes. Like there's
No,
still
yeah.
5 games. Like there's a lot of time left. Like my expectation level is not very high, but it's with every game they win, it's making things interesting. The Mariners are more than likely going to have 90 wins this season, regardless of anything, which is insane to have 90 wins and not make the playoffs. But for a team this is supposed to be a rebuilding year, and like 4 of their big dudes, like, I know you're not a Mariners fan, but it's like
I'm a baseball
like the
fan,
Angels.
still.
It'd be like the Angels going on a run without Mike Trout and Ohtani. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Mike Trout and whoever one of your stud pitchers are. Like, say one of your stud pitchers.
John, the Angels have 0 pitchers.
But think about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what's happening right now.
Ticket schedule. What do they got going on? Dude, they only got 2 more games.
Who
They got
does?
one more game.
Who are you talking about?
No, that's September, October. Oh, dude, and they got
5 games after tonight.
4.
Is it 4 after tonight?
Yeah, they play fucking the
Oakland.
A's tomorrow, and then they got fucking 3 against the Angels.
Yeah. But if you look at the wild card standings, like,
Ooh, dude, is that in Seattle?
yeah, the Mariners are playing the rest of the games this at home.
Oh, I hope the Angels fucking play spoiler, dude. That would be awesome. I'm wearing the wrong.
Hey, dude, your phone keeps fucking up. He didn't even plug in his phone, and he lost it. See, kids, this is why you learn to charge your phone correctly, so you won't lose a signal. Because now we've lost Jason, and we're going to have to come back to him in some shape or form. Let's see if he comes back. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and watch the Mariners game. It's 3-2. Mariners bottom of the 7th for those that aren't watching. I don't know if he's going to join back in. Hold on. I'm going to call him. Oh, look who's back. The fuck happened there?
You fucking hung up on me.
I did not hang up on you.
Because I was talking shit about.
No, I was
Mariners.
going to clap back faster than you could clap it out.
Yeah, and then you were like, "Well, I can't take it."
No, I think you hung up because you were like, I don't have any good things to say.
No,
Like,
I was
I'm going to play
mid-sentence.
spoiler for a team that stinks.
I
How'd
was
you like
mid-sentence.
Ohtani, Jared Kelnick taking Ohtani yard the other night?
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Who?
Yeah. Oh, Ohtani's going to win MVP of a team that it hasn't even made the playoffs or going to. Like, what do you freaking do?
Damn.
Are you going to say
Right?
he's better than who? Who are the Angels better than?
All right,
He's
Ohtani
talented.
or Felix Rodriguez.
Who? What?
Exactly.
What'd you just say?
Okay.
You
Brian
said Felix
Downing,
Rodriguez, and I don't know who Felix Rodriguez is.
King Felix, whatever the fuck his stupid name is, with the stupid fucking neck tattoo, looking like a fucking idiot. Fucking moron. Hate that guy.
Tell me how you really feel. Angels fan.
I
Have
know
you been
like
sad your whole life because you're an Angels fan, or
No.
Or are you
remember
an
when we-
Angels fan because they made that movie Angels in the Outfield? Was that your
No,
favorite?
I
movie as
remember
a
when
kid?
I can still remember when they won the World Series against the Giants with Barry Bonds. When's the last time the Mariners won the series?
Never have.
Never. Okay, yeah. They fucking suck.
Yeah. So you can understand why I'm excited that they're actually going to make the playoffs or could make the playoffs because they literally have the longest streak of missing the playoffs in professional sports.
Bro, there's one thing you're forgetting about, and it's this right here. 3 games in a row against the Halos.
So what? Okay.
And the
all right.
Halos.
What if the Mariners sweep the Halos? What are you going to give me? Because I don't, dude.
Dude, I'm not falling for that trick again.
No, because
you don't want blowies.
You don't want blowies. You don't want blowies.
No more sloppy toppy.
How about this? If the Mariners sweep the Angels, right? The Mariners sweep the Angels. You have to buy me a 6-pack of a bottle of whiskey of my choosing. If the Angels sweep the Mariners, because the thing is this has to be a sweep either way. The Angels sweep the Mariners, then I will buy you a bottle of whatever you want. I think that's a fair trade.
What if it's not a sweep? Why can't it just be a series?
No, if it's not a sweep, then it's
why not? Why does it have to
I
be
want a bottle of whiskey, bitch, and the Mariners are going to sweep the Angels.
There's no way they're sweeping them. Dude,
have you been watching what they've been doing? They've literally lost 2 out of the last 15 games.
Nobody's talking about it.
Everybody's talking about it. Turn on MLB Network. They're actually talking about the Mariners going, look out. If these guys make it in, would you want to play them? The answer is fuck no.
Really?
The reality is if they make it in, I'm not expecting them to do anything because they're a young team, but they're playing with house money if they make it in. And I would love to see the Mariners go against the Yankees in the wild card game just because I hate the Yankees. And it would be, if we somehow could ruin their season and then not do anything, that would be great. But you know what? I don't fucking care. It's been 19 years since the Mariners have made it into the playoffs.
MLB.
Are you really going to watch it right now? You can always just...
No. I'm looking for the playoff picture.
Just look at the standings. The Mariners are 1 game out of the second wild card right now.
Playoff picture.
You want me to show you?
This is a stupid website.
Go to MLB, MLB, do you not have the MLB app? Are you a baseball fan or are you just an Angels fan that talks when they win? You're like, oh, hey, baseball's my favorite sport.
I never said that.
You're not talking about the Giants right now either. It's like, I'm not talking about the Seahawks because they embarrassed themselves on Sunday. But at least the Giants.
Because Russell Wilson sucks.
Okay.
The season
Daniel
ended
McBiscuits,
today.
Daniel Fumbles, Danny, what's his nickname? Danny Fumbles?
Yeah. Danny fucking dumbass. Danny fucking D's nuts.
Anyways, that's all I got for this week. So we can talk sports the rest of the way.
If it ended today, where the fuck are we? Wild card.
If it ended today, the Mariners would be out by 1 game.
They're a game and a half out right now.
1 game out.
Dude.
1 game out.
Dude.
And it's about to be 0 because they're winning and Mitch Haniger just went yard again.
I can't believe they're almost at 90 wins.
Dude, I know.
Wow.
You're telling me they're not supposed to be here. And that's say what you want, but baseball always has a team that's not supposed to, and then they just go on a run. They've gotten the hottest than they have been at all this year. They've always been like, we'll win a series, 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 lose 1, win 1, lose 1, win 1. But they literally, they swept the A's last week. They're about to beat them in the first 2 games of this series. And then they played, God damn it, I don't remember who they played the week before. And they only lost 1 game of that series. So they
wow.
It's wild. And you know what? They're just having
the blue.
No, it's CS. Their new slogan.
Oh my.
Do you know what their slogan is this year?
Pretty
clever.
COVID.
See, like SEA. See us rise.
Oh shit!
It's actually pretty clever. I actually was like, thank God, because I was tired of True to the Blue. True to the Blue was like, we used it for 7 years. There is no True to the Blue because it smells like poo.
Oh my! What else was that stupid shit that he'd always say?
I don't know. You're the guy that's like over here having a fucking seizure. The Bills.
Yeah, 4-game sweep of the A's last week. Jesus.
Yeah. And they just like they don't outscore people like by 40 runs. Like when you see the Yankees win, it's usually like 14-1. When Mariners win, they're like 5-4. They got they got an incredible bullpen.
Anyways,
so if the Mariners win this game, they'll be a half game behind Boston for the second wild card.
Bruh.
It did. With 4
Imagine
games
if
left.
they wouldn't have lost 2 to them fucking a couple weeks ago. They didn't help themselves.
Well, they held their own against Boston. They lost. I mean, they didn't get swept.
They won the first game 5-4.
Yeah, but you know what? That's not how baseball works. You don't go, hey, back in
4-8
August,
and
if you would have won 2 games. Yeah. Guess what? We got beat by
This is September baseball. You got to play September baseball.
and they're playing fucking
October
September baseball right now. That's what I'm saying. They are playing September baseball. They have the best record in the league in the last 15 games. You know what? I'm done with you. And fuck Cam Newton. What are you wearing? Is that a fucking
This is my
is that a
see-through
mask? Yeah, that works.
So I can breathe through it.
It's a see-through mask, so you can like. I feel like you should be like dancing in a weird, like provocative way, wearing that. I don't know why I thought of that. It like looks like you should be like.
Dude, it's so easy to breathe out of. So nice.
That's what she said. You got anything else for me? When are you coming back from your homestead over there?
Tomorrow should be home by 8 p.m. I hope. Another long day.
You ever pick up cougar cheese? You've had cougar cheese, right?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've had the gold. It's good stuff.
Well, I'm not near Pullman. Do they sell it up here?
I don't know where they. I could buy it. I buy it online all the time. I just haven't. I just literally for some reason thought of that. I like cheese.
I was just telling my coworker.
Cougar gold cheese.
I thought it was funny that we're right next to Gonzaga, and WSU put a campus right next to fucking Gonzaga. I was like, that's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll coog the lights around it too.
I fucking hate you.
Did you guys win last week? I don't even know.
No.
You didn't?
Nope.
Huskies barely pulled off a win in Cal after being up, and then Cal came fucking storming back. I like it when both teams. I like it when both the Huskies and the Cougs play good, or at least somewhat good through the year, so that way the Apple Cup's that much funner to watch. Either that, or like one team's really good and the other one sucks, and then it's like, and they upset them because Apple Cup is records don't.
Dude, I think the coach is going to get fired. I'm reading that his recruiting class isn't very good, or isn't not that it isn't good. There aren't very many. Like, he's way off the mark.
Well, it's because he's from Hawaii and he can't say maliakaki to all of them. And I think it works. Like, here's a pina colada or a Mai Tai. Can't booze the kids with the fruity drinks here. So they're like Coors Light.
Nah, dude, they drink Natter Days out there.
Natty Ice, Natter Days.
Yeah. Have you had that?
Natter Days?
Yeah, it's fucking. It's like pink lemonade beer. It's pink lemonade inside the fucking Natural Light. Dude, look it up. Natter Days.
You know what? One of these days, you're gonna have to actually accept my invitation to come over, and so we can share some Natter Days. One of these days, I'm gonna. No, you. Seriously, I'm just saying. Like, one of these days, we need to have you out.
Well, when I'm at your house, you're usually not there.
Well, I know that's planned on purpose, because if you did, you'd get your ass beat if I knew you were coming over here. But you're doing a good job keeping it on the DL. Because that Axe body spray scent, you must leave way before I get home because your Axe body spray scent's clearly not in the house when I get here.
I can't afford Axe.
What
dude.
do you
English
wear?
leather.
That hammer
English
thong?
leather.
Is it hammer thong? Your scent you're wearing from Axe?
No.
Hammer thong.
What was the? No, it's English leather.
No, it's hammer thong. I'm imagining you wearing an Axe body spray called hammer thong.
It's bod.
Bod spray. You know what's funny? That was the original Axe body spray. Somebody
Yeah.
saw that and goes, "Fuck that! I'm gonna make that, but better." If you wear Axe body spray, you are under the age of 30, guaranteed. Or you still live at your parents' house.
Yeah.
I think I have worn Axe body spray like twice in my life until I realized like it just stays in everything forever. And you got to burn things. Like it's like, oh, this smells okay, but it's like it burns the nostrils. But anyways. Well, I better jump off here. I'm gonna go spend time with my little lady. She's been an adorable thing lately, and yeah, maybe watch the end of the interview. So you enjoy the rest of your evening. Go jump back in that pool, dog. Fuck Cam Newton.
Fuck him.
Yeah.